Hello, I am Nakabayashi, an administrative scrivener. Today, I will explain the conditions for the agent visa. I specialize in immigration procedures as an administrative scrivener. I have received many inquiries about the agent visa, and among them, many people ask whether they can apply for and obtain permission on their own. Some want to know if they can obtain it now, while others who do not yet meet the requirements are curious about when they might be able to. In order to determine whether you can obtain the agent visa, it is essential to fully understand the conditions for permanent residency. So, I will now explain those conditions. Yes, first of all, this is residence history. You need to have lived continuously in Japan for over 10 years. At the time of application, it must exceed 10 years. Even if the review takes about 6 months, if you apply after 9.5 years, it could lead to a denial. Additionally, if you leave the country for about 3 months, it will no longer be considered continuous residence, which makes the review process very strict. Therefore, this means that your residence history could be interrupted. Yes, for those who have a lot of days spent abroad, please check your own passport just to be sure. As for having a good spouse, such as a Japanese spouse, or the spouse of a permanent resident, if you have been married for more than 3 years and have lived in Japan for over a year after that, you are eligible to apply. Well, regarding the second requirement, it's about the duration of the resident status. It is necessary that the visa you currently hold has been valid for more than 3 years. I believe there are 1-year, 3-year, and 5-year visas, but please note that if you have held your visa for only 1 year, you cannot apply for permanent residency. Yes, moving on to the third point, this is the requirement for stability in income. Specifically, individuals with an annual income of 3 million yen or more will be evaluated based on the most recent 5 years. The amount of savings, whether high or low, is not very important. What is crucial is whether the income has been consistently stable. For those with dependents, the income requirements will be higher, so this is something to be cautious about. Additionally, part-time work is not acceptable. You need to have a proper work visa and must have been employed for at least 5 years. Well, yes, it's okay to change jobs, but if there are too many changes, it could negatively affect the review process. So, caution is necessary. Also, for spouses of Japanese citizens or spouses of permanent residents, the income requirement is only for 3 years, and it is not necessary for the foreign applicant to be employed. As long as one of the spouses meets the income requirement, the application can be submitted. Yes, the fourth point is about crime. It is important that there are no delinquencies in pension or tax payments. Additionally, it is crucial to comply with Japanese laws. Regarding criminal history, traffic violations require special attention, while minor violations may be acceptable if they occur once a year. Individuals who repeatedly commit multiple violations may face issues. This could affect the review process. Yes, the fifth point. This is about the necessity of having a guarantor. The guarantor must be a Japanese citizen or a permanent resident. While you may have supervisors, colleagues, or friends, it is important to note that foreign nationals who are not permanent residents cannot serve as guarantors, so caution is required. For those who are married, it is advisable to have your spouse act as the guarantor. Well, finally, I would like to mention something that is somewhat outside the conditions, but it is important to pay attention to other matters. It is necessary to ensure that there are no inconsistencies between your past application documents and the documents for the permanent residency application. If there are discrepancies between the documents submitted for previous work visas or spouse visas and those submitted for the current permanent residency application, the immigration authorities may not be able to determine which is genuine, leading to the possibility of denial. If there are any inconsistencies, it raises doubts about whether the past applications were genuine or not. It's better to assume that no one will kindly ask which information is correct. If there are any discrepancies, you must correct those inconsistencies before submitting your application. So how was it? Yes, were you able to confirm your conditions for permanent residency? Well, some of you might think that you can apply. And although there wasn't an explanation in the video, if you have any concerns, I encourage you to consult with the office. You can make a reservation for a consultation by contacting us through our website or by phone. The initial consultation is free, and you don't have to come to the office next week. We can also accommodate you via Zoom. We are here to assist you, so please feel free to reach out. Well then, let's meet again in the next video.